I'm gonna invite his ass.
There he is.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, dude.
How's the penguin hustle?
Man, the penguin hustle's over, man. I'm stuck with a golden egg penguin, man. I sold 2 of them though, so we're good on that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. So you got one left, and so has the floor's dropped on him a little bit, right?
Yeah, let me check the floor. I haven't checked in a while because I've just been recoiling every time I check it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 2.09, which is actually pretty good. 2 ETH. So
Okay.
yeah, I got in at 0.26 on the floor price. Pretty good.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I was thinking of there's so many use cases for the NFTs. It's just like the silliness that's going on with it right now. It's kind of funny, but no, I
Dude,
mean it's like the meme coins for me. Make your money and then put it into the utility coins, right?
yeah. That's exactly what I was about to say. It's a whole ICO craze happening on NFTs right now. Like people are just buying
100%.
cartoon collections, of 10,000 or whatever NFTs. It's the same thing as an ICO craze, but it's happening in NFTs. It's pretty crazy. And it is like the shit coins or the meme coins. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
There's just a photo attached to them, It's just a penguin.
Exactly.
Like,
um yeah, so what's the other moves that you're making right now? You just chilling and watching Quant Pump and XRP's getting ready to do its thing?
yeah, dude. I'm watching mainly Cardano right now because it's doing some crazy moves. It's almost at $3. What are your thoughts on Cardano?
I'm a big fan of Charles,
Yeah, me
but
too.
I think we're in the same boat. We know that Charles and Cardano is not in the club. You know what I mean? He's a great guy and a great entrepreneur. I love Charles. I don't own any Cardano, but I do want to buy some just because I want to support the cause. But he's not in the club. But I mean, serious competitor to Ethereum, but add it to the list of hundreds of competitors to Ethereum, right? So I do see the potential. I do think they will be successful. What that means for the price, I don't know. I
So
mean,
so you think so? To me, Ethereum is in the club. To me, I think
yeah,
Ethereum has been infiltrated almost as like it's gonna be some kind of centralized
well,
type deal.
it's definitely Charles alluded to the fact that Goldman Sachs was in the initial like setup. I'm pretty sure you can pull up the quotes on Charles talking about Goldman Sachs being involved in Ethereum from the very beginning. And you look at Joseph Lubin, he's in the club, right? And then if you look at just the free pass that they were given by the SEC, that would also suggest that they're in the club, right? And so I'm not. I'm everyone knows me. I'm not a fan of Ethereum really. I get it's got a lot going for it, and a lot of big money is there, so they probably will win. The one thing that I don't like though is there's no cap on Ethereum.
Yeah,
Like you're the one that brought that up to me, right? Weren't we talking about that last time we dual streamed?
like there's no max supply, right?
Yeah, there's no max supply.
Yeah, I mean, but that's changing now because it's going to have a deflationary aspect. But still, yeah, there's no max supply. But that actually gives me hope that it's scalable to a global level. Like with XRP, the max supply is 100 billion. So it's not
Yeah,
like Bitcoin to where it's so small that it can't scale on a global like
right,
XRP global. Like it's for everything, right? So it's
right,
100 billion fits that.
right.
But
So
I
what do you
think
have for a price target this run? Because you're hearing anything from 10,000 to 25,
yeah,
and what do you think?
I'm thinking comfortably $11. Comfortable.
Whoa! I'm talking about Ethereum.
Oh, Ethereum. Oh yeah. Maybe oh maybe someone's gonna clip that shit and pull it up and when Ethereum's at $11. I don't
Right.
yeah, I think 10K. Like I'm still on that 10K Ethereum wave, but I
I
mean
thought that it was going to get a stronger push before the release of the update.
Yeah.
But it didn't. I mean, it got the push a little bit, but yeah, I thought that we were going to approach closer to 10K before that, and then I was expecting a dump after that. But it's actually held pretty strong at this 3,000 level.
Yeah, man. I know, I understand why you hate it, right? Or like, I understand why you're not with it, but to me, it just fits as, I don't know, it just fits for me. For some reason, I think Vitalik is a straight up puppet, like straight up. He's like straight up puppet. So he looks like one that you could like, like they turned Steve Jobs into like a statue. He's a legend. Steve Jobs is like a legend. Vitalik just looks like one that they've kind of like he's gonna go down as some kind of legend. Because if you think about Satoshi Nakamoto, like Bitcoin is number one, right?
Right.
And made by Satoshi Nakamoto, right? Who's a mythical. It doesn't exist as a human, right? So the next one down is Vitalik. He's almost regarded as like the second god of crypto, and he's the one you could put a face to. I think David Schwartz should be that figure, and I think he will be. So, yeah.
He's the master of cryptography.
Yeah. Dude, Forbes called him the $1 trillion man. I don't know if you see that.
Right? Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that actually alludes to why Ethereum could be successful. Is it was, you got this guy Vitalik who, it's funny because all of the XRP community is pulling up the clips of him doing the fundraiser speech and all this stuff.
Yep.
And you can totally tell it's like he's just some smart engineer kid who, came up with this, and then he had this whole institution, or not institution, but this whole organization behind him pushing Ethereum. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it has some issues like Bitcoin, but at least it can fix the issues. Bitcoin will never adapt from that first layer.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like, I mean, God, anyone can see that Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin maxis will say, well, that's why Bitcoin's so great, is because it'll only be that, which is backwards to me. But I mean, Bitcoin's about to hit 50 grand right now.
Yeah, I've been watching, and it's a Sunday, which is interesting. Usually it's a bloody Sunday, but we're about to cross 50K, which is kind of funny. Because what happened to all that 20K stuff? I mean, I'm down either way. I said today, like, I don't know if you know the honey badger doesn't care meme or whatever.
Yeah.
I said I'm not a bull or a bear on Bitcoin. I'm a freaking honey badger. Because I don't care. I want to see it go to 0. I want to see it go to 1 million. I don't care. Right. Like I'm secured in what I have in my portfolio.
All I want is the space to mature, and that's going to happen naturally, So because we're positioned perfectly for that, right? So I wanted to ask you about Quant. So I know you got in Quant. You were telling people to buy it at like $60.
Lower.
So shout out to everyone who took that advice and has doubled their money, or I guess tripled their money at this point. But I was wondering, do you have like a simple explanation on Quant? Because I've been looking into it. It's the Hyperledger fabric, right? So it's connecting all the blockchains.
Overledger.
So what's the simple explanation on how that works, how it's different from everything else?
I'll show you. Take a look. You seen this chart?
Yes, the ISO.
There you go. You see? This is the connectability, interoperability. It's the god of that. Like, for all of these, because in my opinion, like, you have R3 Corda and you have Interledger Protocol. You have all these different, like the JP Morgan blockchain, Quorum, right? Onyx and all their stuff. It will all need to interact with each other. So basically what Quant does, it makes these networks aware of each other. This is called level 5 interoperability. There's like, I covered it in my video today on YouTube. There's like 6 levels of interoperability.
Uh-huh.
And for an entire new financial system to work, that is what you need. It's the TCP/IP of crypto. Like
Right.
what that did for the internet, this will do for crypto. Also, if you look into Gilbert Verdian, who's the CEO, you'll find that he's at the table with the European central banks. He's sitting right there. His history, I could send you a link to his history. It's out of this world. It's crazy. It'll be it's the most clean to regulations out of any coin, because Gilbert has actually worked with the ISO, that whole ISO thing. He's worked with them directly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So in short, it's like the big hand over everything that connects everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so is that similar to the Interledger protocol? That
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's similar. Right.
Yeah. Well, the Interledger protocol is mainly with XRP and Ripple, right? And then there's this graph is the Interledger protocol family, which says that there's multiple of these. Like there's Iota, there's Algorand, right? And Zinfin.
Right.
But how are these all going to work together even?
Right.
They
have to operate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one that I was looking at today before I hopped on was Iota. Have you picked up any Iota?
I've been in Iota for a while.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great project.
I was looking at getting some because there's 2.7 billion total supply, and it's all out. It's all released. And they're set up to run the Internet of Things, or the Internet of Everything. So they're looking to run like smart cities, smart homes. I'm not going to say the word, but the different grids, like internet, frequency grids throughout the world. So I was looking at that one, and I'm going to try to figure out where I can get it. Where can you get that one at?
I believe I got mine on Binance, I think. But let me check. I think I did.
Yeah, I know it's available on Binance. Yeah.
Yeah, Binance, Bitfinex.
Voyager.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, the Internet of Things, like that's devices connecting digitally, right? That's even what Helium is doing. Is they have the devices and that's connecting in, and I think it's super interesting and important. Like when your refrigerator can connect to the Ledger protocol or something and pay the grocery store like this,
right?
Refrigerator is connected to the Internet of Things, so it'll have something to do with that.
And then the thing that I noticed too is that it's not even a blockchain. It's called a tangle.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like hbar, and that it's not a blockchain. It's something completely different. I mean, similar, but different, which is another part that I found fascinating about it. But yeah, I'm looking into that one right now too.
Yeah, I have an interesting graph on comparing the tangle, the blockchain tangle. It's right here. I'll show you. See, they describe blockchain as like a Toyota Camry, and then you upgrade to Tangle, which is like a Tesla, and then they put Hashgraph here, because like you said, Hashgraph and Tangle are not blockchain. Like these blow blockchain out of the water. It's no competition. But what I think is they want the new system on the blockchain, right? That's what they want. But these hash graphs and different faster technologies will be used for other things like military and things where they need private stuff, I think. And fast.
Yeah. So what's your overall take on market direction right now? Oh, okay. We just hit 50K.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So we're back down to 49.9, but yeah, we just hit it.
On Bitstamp, on TradingView, it's showing me. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did go back down. You're right. But that's all I need to see. 50K to Bitcoin. Wow. On a Sunday, too.
So what's your overall take on the market right now?
I mean, I thought I was completely wrong on this weekend. I thought we were going to come down for the full moon. I thought we were going to come down, but I mean, we're up right now. We actually crossed 50K, which is insanity. But the overall direction, I think we're nowhere near the run that brings us to 100K Bitcoin. I don't think we're near that. I think we're actually going to return to the levels of like 37K almost, and in there before we actually have the big run up. I think the end of the year, also with XRP at the end of the year, I think it's going to be big.
Well, that's like the bottom end of this like trend that we're in right now is 37K.
Yeah.
And man, there's so many people that I've bought between like 30 and 50K, like 30 and 60K, I feel like, in like this year. Like, because so many new people are coming into this space, and for whatever reason, they're still buying Bitcoin. I don't know why, but like, for me, I could totally, I thought that we were going to be going down this week too, up until the full moon. And then I thought that the energy was going to switch and then we were going to continue up. So maybe we've just started that uptrend again. But from what I've been hearing from the chart guys is they're saying that we could go up to that 52K level and then get that back test. And so here we are. That would time out about right. But
I mean, dude, there's like I see the argument with Bitcoin. It's like, okay, there's a bunch of institutions that bought at these high prices. So obviously they're not going to just like want to 2x their money. They want to hold that. They're holding that long. They think it will really get to 100K, 200K. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't. Now, if Twitter just blows up with Bitcoin hits 50K, highest since May 12, which, I mean, this is pretty crazy. Like, that is pretty crazy.
That's a big psychological number.
Yes, huge. Exactly.
Now watch us dump hard though. That's what this market does.
What?
I said watch us dump hard now. Like that's what this market does. It'll be like, here you go, you got your 50K, and it'll just drop to 43 like in 2 days.
I think that's because the whole thing is just AI'd out. Like it's just a lot of bots, a lot of manipulation from whales. They push the news out and then they just do their little manipulation. Like, does nobody realize that we had news of a country making Bitcoin legal tender and it didn't pump? Bitcoin didn't pump off that news. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't think the news affects Bitcoin as much as people think. I think it's a front. It's like they put that out there and then they do their little random shit on it.
Right. Well, here's the problem. The people of that country don't need Bitcoin. Like, they need a cryptocurrency that they can actually use and has utility, like cheap, fast payments. They don't need a Bitcoin. I mean, those people don't need to store value. They need to have cheap transactions. They need to send money cross-border back home to where they come from.
Dude, it's hilarious, bro.
These maxis in this campaign that's ran for Bitcoin's like crazy. Like these guys jump on anything. Like El Salvador's considering making it tender, and like they just get all excited. And it's like, well, what does that even mean?
Well, they did make it tender, right?
Right, they did, yes.
And they set up a bunch of they have like a government Bitcoin account. They have government Bitcoin wallets, and like if you go to like a grocery store and you try to pay with Bitcoin, they actually have to accept it. They can't say no, right? And then if they want that converted into USD, they can have it immediately converted. But as soon as this news came out, I'm like, why would you even try with Bitcoin? Like, let's go straight to what we know is going to be used anyways, right? Why would you even try?
Yeah, and I see someone commented that they need the store of value because they're using the US dollar and they're printing a lot, which I get that. They're printing a lot. And then like the native currencies to these countries get inflated even harder. So I get that. But on a day-to-day basis, I mean, these people just need to make transactions that are cheap.
Yeah.
They don't even have, like, I mean, yeah, the situations are different out there, but XRP, I mean, you could name off a dozen different cryptos that would actually function for what these people need. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so do you think that Bitcoin hits 100K this round?
I don't think so. I think more like 80. If there's a run, like this is the thing, like, I mean, what's gonna bring it there? We had a real country accept Bitcoin, and it didn't bring it there. Like this is what is really gonna bring Bitcoin above 100K? It feels like it's reached a point where it's just it's a sluggish thing. Like, what other money is gonna come into this? Why would it go into Bitcoin even? Like, I don't know.
Right. I wanted to go ahead.
What do you think? Will it hit 100K?
No, I don't. I don't. Yeah, I think like the 72 to 80K level is where it'll end up. Yeah.
That's more sense.
But dude, I think that there is going to be, whenever this thing goes, like whenever we actually get regulations implemented, I think that we're going to see a dark winter for crypto. Like, and I think that everyone kind of agrees that because the cycles work that way. But I don't think that people are accounting for the fact that like some of these cryptos aren't coming back. Like when regulations hit, when people actually realize that most of these were securities offerings, right?
Yeah.
Like we've talked about this, like every ICO was a securities offering in the views of the SEC. Gary Gensler has said that. Jay Clayton has said that. So they are going to regulate them. Now, these other cryptos that we've mentioned, XRP, I think hbar, Iota, some of these other ones that didn't do the ICO, and like you said, Quant too, they're going to pass regulations. They're going to set the standard. Some of these cryptos, they're not going to have just a bear market. They're done. I mean,
Yeah.
Is that kind of your take too on like 90% of the space? Because that's what Brad says.
100%. And not just Brad too. It's like Jay Clayton is the one who really said, like, yeah, these are securities offerings. They say if it walks like a duck, whatever that weird duck saying,
if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it's probably a duck.
Yeah. So like this is what nobody wants to talk about. And this is why it makes you so valuable. And it makes people like me and you so valuable, because we go there, right? We're going there of like, yeah, this is not all just fun and games. Something really is about to happen. They can't let 10,000 unregulated digital assets exist. They can't. Like, what are they?
Hey, I want to throw a theory out there that I have for you, because I know a lot of people, XRP pumped to $1.30, and it seemed like everyone was talking about exit strategy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, everyone needs to chill. Like XRP hasn't even hit $2 yet, and we're talking about Lambo time. And but I know, like, for a lot of people like ourselves who got in early on XRP, I understand taking some profits along the way, and we can afford to give up 10 or 20% of our bag at these lower numbers and still have a shit ton to hold on to forever, right? My thing with the exit strategies is I've just been saying, like, I'm just trying to be honest with people. Just because you got lucky in crypto doesn't mean you're going to get lucky in real estate or in businesses, which is where I want to move my money to, right? But I have a strategy tied to that. I've been studying real estate, been studying investing. I run a business. I've had a business for 6 years. So I have like a strategy and a plan for where my money's going to go after that. Because like the cliche thing that I hear every creator and everyone say is, yeah, I'm going to put some of this, some of my profits into real estate, which, you know, that sounds great. I want to throw this theory out there though, and I think you'll probably agree. I think that we're going to get an insane pump to anywhere between $10 to $30. And this is going to be the final shakeout. I think that they pump it to 10, 20, and the BitBoy cryptos are going to go crazy, and most people who own XRP are going to sell half their bag or more. And then how I think this finishes off is the price is going to come back down. It's going to be a nasty pullback. But then my concern is that out of the blue, they flip on some utility switches that take us to, $20 or like $50, and we never come back. And people have sold their bag and they're not able to time the market. Like, it sounds great. Yeah, I'm going to sell at $20 and then buy back in. But I just think that it's so risky because at any point, the IMF, the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, the partnerships could be announced and utility switches turn on, like the Swift patent that we just saw. Like, if we start, like, Swift starts settling half their transactions through XRP or more. Anyways, what are your thoughts on that theory?
Oh, you're like, yes. Like, I do agree. Maybe not with the specific prices, but like that type of shakeout is what I think they're going to use, is like they satisfy you. Like, they push it to 10, 20. Everyone is so satisfied, but it's really the people who are going to hold even past that, right? And this actually is why exit strategies are important, though, because if you know what David Schwartz did with Bitcoin, he sold Bitcoin at like 100, 150, 400. Like, he has tweets about it. And he's just running out of his Bitcoin now. And look where Bitcoin's at. It's 50K, right? He's just running out of it now. So he was doing like super small profit taking. But yeah, that type of shakeout is very, it would be so damn crazy. That type.
Well, throw this into the mix too. You get a settlement where it's deemed that the retail traders can no longer buy XRP.
Yeah.
You throw that in the mix. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a wild card, but it's possible. Quincy Jones is one of the people who's alluded to that. Like, they have laws for commodities, which is how crypto assets like XRP are actually going to be regulated by the CFTC, most likely. So I don't know, man. I worry about people selling their whole bag or like almost all of it and then trying to buy back in lower.
Yeah. And the euphoria, handling that euphoria, you almost have to become like numb to it in a way, because when people do see this thing at 20, if it runs up to 20, like, holy shit, the euphoria is going to be like, whoa. And the intensity, because I mean, this thing, we've seen it just move. It just goes like boom. Like, every day I just wake up and it's just it's almost so volatile. It's just hitting these different numbers. And if it really does that, like, somebody's saying that's why you got to write down your plan. Yeah, to have an actual plan, but then the discipline goes out the window. When you see this type of price action, it's craziness.
Well, okay, so that's where I have the issue with people and their exit strategy is, okay, you're taking 10% at this number, but then what are you going to do with it? Are you just going to put it into a stable coin? Are you going to okay, I'm going to take, say you have 50 grand, say you have 100 grand, you're going to put it into one real estate deal? Like, what's your real estate plan? Or you're going to buy a business. What's your plan for that? Because even if you do real estate right, you still only get like a 10, 20% return if you get a killer deal, right? Now you have your tax advantages and everything that go along with that. I mean, that's my strategy, right? Is to eventually, buy real estate and businesses. But I feel like a lot of people don't have that plan. You got to have your exit plan worked out, not only your exit prices, but then what you're going to do with that money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why XRP has really woken up a lot of people. Like, if that's all it does, it has woken up a lot of people and got them on their shit. Like, this really is a motivating factor for a lot of people to just learn about like the banking system and finances and how to work that. But yeah, a lot of these people don't have plans for what are you going to do that money. I like how you're talking about it like as if it's already, like as if you already made all this money. What are you really going to do? Because it's a life-changing thing, and people need to know how to handle it, really. And it's going to be hard to handle. Like, I always say, you have to prepare like you're there already. Like I've been saying for a long time, you have to prepare like you're already there. Make sure you notify your family once. Just tell them about XRP once, so they have no excuse to come at your ass when it's $30 or whatever. Just let them know once. You can keep letting them know, but they might not be down with it. They might get annoyed with you. But you got to tell everybody once, right? So
I got a question. At what price are you going into hiding?
Man, the off-grid is in the plans. The off-grid is, I think a lot of people in this community are like, yes, we want this to go for the off-grid. I mean, giving you an actual number, I don't know.
You don't want to give that number up.
Yeah, I don't want to
disappear.
Just delete social medias.
Just drop one last TikTok and leave.
Yeah, one last TikTok. I'll put a web page up of like just like a goodbye web page of like, just like, I don't know, maybe a donation box. Like, just throw some XRP in there if you want to, just for all I provided. But I'm done now. Or you just no. I don't think I would really disappear. I would like flaunt. Like, you have to flaunt after this, man. Especially you. If it really goes down like this, like we all think it will, you have to flaunt, bro. Like, you got to set up the video. No more little video in your house. You got to be like mansion view in the back. Just like, bro, like Ripple shirt on, hat, dark glasses. Come on. We got it. I'm
still going to be in the woods. I'm just going to be dressed down in some big drip and a gold chain or something.
Crazy.
No, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I feel like we put out those videos that the Bitcoin maxis might come for us.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna get crazy. Got to be humble about it. Yeah, I agree. We'll all be humble.
I wanted to ask you, like, what's the overall vibe up in Canada right now? Are you guys like chilling? Or you guys like? Do you guys know what freedoms are?
I don't know.
We don't know what they are down here either. So
yeah, I mean, a couple weeks ago, I walked into a casino and had a whole night of gambling without a mask. Nothing crazy. Like, so it was all open. Like, I'm a pretty bad judge of what's going on because, like, I'm just working all day, right? Like, I don't really.
Right.
No, it's hard for me to judge what's actually going on, but apparently every time I say I'm from Canada, people are like, whoa, like, aren't you guys going like communist over there and stuff? Like,
well, BC's a lot different than the rest of Canada. And more so Vancouver. Vancouver's its own deal besides like the whole province.
Yeah. Like, I went to a party this weekend with like 60 people. So really, like, it's like this whole thing really hasn't affected me. I don't have like a day job, so it's not like directly affecting me.
Yes, you do. You trade penguins.
Oh, true. I'm a penguin. So that's my day job, penguin dealer. But the digital space isn't really affected by any of this, right? It actually forced everyone to get on the digital space too.
Yeah. Right. You're by Vancouver, aren't you?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so crazy. I live literally like I'm less than a block away from the border right now is where I live. So like we're so close.
I know. Dude, it'll be fun, bro. I don't know what the border restrictions or anything are.
We should meet at Peace Arch Park where you can like cross the border within the park, you know?
I think I know that, yeah.
Yeah. We could meet at Peace Arch Park and have like a picnic.
Dude, I want you to do one of your classic walking videos with the emotional music, and I'll just pop out in there.
Right? That'd be awesome. Yeah.
My comments are filled with Bitcoin hit 50K. So
everyone's hyped on the 50K. People are being funny in the comments.
Nah. We gotta have an XRP party or something.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that if when XRP really hits, I want to take like a year to travel and go meet like everyone in my group and like everyone in the XRP community that I can. Here's one for you. Who is your favorite influencer in the XRP community? Besides me.
Ooh.
Besides me.
Okay, yeah, you're number one. And then I would say, I mean, I watched Chiz a lot. Like really? XRP Chiz and BitBoy were kind of, no, I'm not saying BitBoy's an XRP influencer. They were kind of my inspiration to start making crypto content. But I think Chiz, I like.
Is he the rapper?
Yeah, he has the rap songs. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I like. Man, Crypto Airy, of course. It's just pure.
Digital asset investor has always been my favorite. I just love like how simple he breaks things down. Like, you know, he's my style. Like just this down to earth straight shooter. Yeah.
He was definitely a big inspiration to make content too. Great info. Like I think he's so in it. It's amazing what he finds on Twitter. I love his Twitter. I don't really have time to watch the videos, but I used to, of course, but now I'm making my own videos. Oh, and Bearable Bull. Bearable Bull is a big supporter of my stuff, and I'm a big supporter of him.
Yeah, it's funny to see these YouTubers finally coming to TikTok. Like I saw Kevin Cage, and he like just came on, and like he had like 1,700 followers, and I'm like, people don't even know who this guy is here, but like in the Twitter community, he's huge. On YouTube, he's big. But some of the OGs are finally making it here to TikTok.
Yeah, man. I was helping Bearable Bull like get views on TikTok. He's messaging me like, dude, how do you even do this? And it's hard for him because he doesn't have a face to his stuff, right? He's just a voice. He hasn't done a face reveal or whatever. So, and then one time Quincy just popped up in my live stream, and I'm like, okay, y'all are coming over here now? Because like really, if there's a huge divide from that. Like we just get called TikTok boys to them. Oh, the TikTok boys pump the penguins. That's what I've seen on Twitter. All those little TikTok boys pumping penguins.
Did you see my video today that I made?
No, I don't think so. Why?
People thought that I was like sending shots at like you and like others, but I just think that it's funny. I said, we're living through the greatest transfer of wealth in world history, and you guys are trading pudgy penguins.
Oh, I see it. The thumbnail thing says NFTs. I didn't watch it though. No, I didn't watch it.
But I was like, people were like, is this sending a shot at Mason? I was like, no, like I'm happy for these guys. I just find it funny. Like
it's such a serious time with a bunch of weird things going on, like JPEG going for the prices of houses. Like JPEG files are like, I mean, the digital real estate is the same amount of money as the normal real estate. Like these people are buying land and houses in metaverses for the same amount of money in real life. Like are we abandoning the physical world? Like people are just like Earth 2.0. Wow. Like I've got to get some land on Earth 2.0. Like what are we doing here?
Yep. Let's do a gift challenge.
Oh, I'm about to win the gift challenge, man.
You probably are.
Boxing match? Hey, Moon Dancer, get up. Let's go. I need alt mom trades. Bitcoin.
How many viewers you got right now?
263.
Mason numbers.
Because Mason came at me for buying Shiba Inu, and he's buying penguins. Oh my goodness, you're so right. You're so right.
Yeah. Except you actually get a picture with your shitcoin.
True. I get a ownership of. Oh my! Need to get my battery. Hold up.
Oh, your phone's gonna die. There we go. Oh, thank you, Cole.
I've got a pudgy penguin with my shitcoin, but it essentially is the same as shitcoins.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, did you see that Bitcoin is almost at 50,000 or 50,200? I think it hit.
Oh my!
50,000.
There's a wick to 5280. Damn, moving. We're getting destroyed in this. In the boxing match.
Uh-oh.
I think I've done this like 2 times.
That's how loyal my following is. They throw down. Dude, how the 400? You're at 400K, aren't you?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Like, I'm trying to think. Pablo has more. BitBoy has more, but he doesn't count.
Yeah, BitBoy does not count. He's in a league of his own.
Yeah, you're like the top one, right? Like, there you caught up.
In terms of followers, which followers barely mean anything on TikTok.
It's all about views.
Yeah, it's weird, man, but it's just because I've had a couple viral videos.
Oh, my boy James just dropped the jet plane. That's how we roll over here.
Damn. Getting slaughtered.
That's how we roll. We're already flying private.
The jet planes, man. Talk XRP. We just did. I'll probably upload this live on YouTube because it's always a great talk.
Yeah.
I love getting in my bullish.
I would have done my hair.
I love getting in my bullish XRP bag. I actually I requested you earlier, and apparently you weren't at the phone.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, because people were like, Mason wants to go, and I couldn't invite you.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was happening.
This is probably the most high-scoring boxing thing I've ever seen on TikTok, ever.
Yeah,
like, this is, you got 8224 right there. Holy shit.
Oh, you got the angel number there, 2222.
Oh, yeah.
The vibes are right.
Yeah.
Full moon vibes.
Yeah, man, it's 22nd too. Yeah, we ain't coming back. We're getting punched. Look at this, 10K. Man, it's Mike Tyson over here.
I just got a speedboat too. Those are fatty.
Talk about Cardano. Man, there's nothing to say about Cardano except that it's making a lot of people money right now.
That's the thing right now, right? Everyone's just like chasing the next pump. And so I don't know. What do you think that like we already had because like a lot of people saying that we haven't had the altcoin rally yet, even though a lot of altcoins already hit their all-time high. But like Solana just hit its all-time high, and then I think there's a couple others there too that just finally did.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Like, we still got room to go on these alts, or what?
Well, I think Quant actually did signal some kind of utility bull run, because as soon as Quant pumped, shortly after I saw XYO, I saw XDC, which is now sitting right at all-time high. I saw plenty of I call them just real shit coins, not shit coins. I call them like real shit. Like, this is the real stuff. Stuff.
Okay, I was like, what?
Yeah, I should say like real stuff. But I saw like Alliance Block had a huge pump. I mean, Algorand just pumped too. So I think Quant signaled the start of something like that. But I think we got room to go. Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So XDC. I was looking at that. Quincy made me want to load up on that one.
On XDC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the sole reason it's going crazy.
Probably. It's like we could go back. What was that? I'm trying to look here. Well, it was like recently at the start of this month. But yeah. I'm trying to do a dual stream with him here soon.
Yeah.
But like what I'm curious is like my question for him is like, dude, who gave you permission to blow up? Because it was like he just got like the permission signed.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go forward now and spread the good word about Zinfin and XDC and XRP.
He got grandfathered into the XRP community.
Yeah. It was like he just like basically they just like gave him the stage. They're just like, here's the mic, you take over.
Yeah. And what it was the developer title. Also, thank you to everyone who just sent those gifts for the boxing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys. Appreciate all those.
It was the developer title. Do you notice that? Because they're like, oh, we trust him because he's a developer. Like he's a real developer. Oh my goodness. He's really developing one of the coins that we love so much, XDC. So that was where the trust came from. And he kind of got sparked into like, boom, just like couple like viral, like Crypto Airy was just picked them up right away. The whole XRP community really just sparked him up. It was crazy. And he kind of harnessed some of that and put it into XDC as well, which helped XDC go crazy.
Right. Yeah. Super smart guy. And I love listening to him because he breaks things down to a simple understanding that I can actually like take it in and understand what the hell he's talking about.
Oh yeah, he is great at that. And he knows the whole entire tech part of it.
Right.
But he's a big believer in NFTs as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, have you heard about the theory about a deal being done with Amazon and Ripple back in the day? Have you heard about that?
I have not.
We know that they have like a little like partnership, kind of like basically they're using AWS.
Yeah.
And they have a little deal going on, but I'm trying to remember which like XRP insider it was, because there was like, I have a list of them. There's like 4 of them who were like XRP insiders back in the Twitter community back in the day.
Like Kendra Hill?
Kendra Hill. Yeah, yeah. Kendra Hill was the one who actually shared this. And basically, oh, nice. We got the summer vibes. Okay. Yeah, it says the deal was negotiated in 2015. Amazon holds stake in 5 billion XRP. And it says that XRP is locked in an account until the partnership is made public.
So where is that account?
There's no way to back that up. But you look at what Kendra Hill is like laid out, and you're starting to see pieces of it really come out. I could totally see it. It makes perfect sense because it's a perfect match. It's a perfect match, Amazon and Ripple.
100%. 100%. Definitely a perfect match. But see, there comes the argument of like, why would they choose to go with Ripple and XRP when they could make their own? And that actually was the period of FUD on TikTok right when Quincy actually came out. Like it almost looked like he was just dropped in to kind of save it, because it was getting real nasty, specifically on TikTok, about even with VeChain. Like why would Amazon use VeChain or even Ripple? Why would they use that when they can make their own? That FUD or that argument was really prevalent on TikTok, and it was leaking onto Twitter and YouTube, and then Quincy came in right away. So,
well, I see that with VeChain more than I see it with XRP, because when you're talking about supply chain logistics and like data, you're not settling value. But like with XRP, that's going to be needed when you're actually moving value, like and settling. This is an institutional liquidity problem that companies like Amazon and the banks have.
Yeah.
And so for like a use case like VeChain, I could see why Amazon would create their own, why Walmart would create their own. But I could see why they would want to use Ripple's technology and on-demand liquidity when they're settling. I mean, I don't know how much they do in sales online, but obviously the largest e-commerce store on the planet, they could use something that settles instantaneously at no cost.
Yeah. Like, I think it was Apple that had $1 billion tied up in like Italian bank accounts, and they just can't use it because it has to be there. It's just tied up. And with XRP free working capital, you can free that with on-demand liquidity. I think on-demand liquidity is what we really need to focus on, because a lot of people just like, they say the cross-border payment solution thing, and then it's like, that's all they know about the XRP. The XRP ledger is vast.
It's just like Swift. If anyone can build a messaging platform, but at the end of the day, you have to move value. Like, someone has to send something and receive something, and like value has to be exchanged. You can't just send, like, it's the difference between sending a text and a payment. A payment actually exchanges the value. Swift is just a messaging platform.
Yeah. What do you think about this? So with the lawsuit, do you think they sued Ripple to slow them down? Because now what we've seen is the Bank of International Settlements come out with Nexus, and then you saw Swift go. So it's almost like Ripple was way too ahead, and they just needed to slow them down and then to get their own shit rolling, because Ripple was really about to take over, but they had to put a little knife in the progress, kind of. They had to stab the progress a little bit. That's what I've been thinking, like, because I saw the Nexus thing come out, and I was scouring the whole page for a mention of Ripple or XRP, and I didn't find any. And I was scouring the Swift Go thing, right? And I didn't find any there, but I saw Brad Garlinghouse tweet out that, like, in 2018, he tweeted out that basically Swift Go is trash. That's what he said. So I think it was maybe to slow them down even, and it actually is hindering their business. But at the same time, it's not, because they've said they've signed more partnerships during the lawsuit.
I agree that it definitely was a stall tactic, because the SEC didn't have a case. Like, they don't really have a case. I think they'll be lucky to get a settlement. Otherwise, I think that Ripple could take this the whole way. The fair notice defense argument in the case Ripple has, I think that here's where, I start to theorize about, well, Ripple, it's just like Ripple didn't want to replace Swift. They wanted to be complementary to them. And I think in the same sense, Ripple doesn't want to ruin the SEC's ability to go after other crypto projects. So that's why I think they're going to give up the fair notice defense and settle. Or that would be the reasoning why they would. I don't know if they will or not, but to me, it would make sense that, hey, just settle up with us and don't fight the fair notice defense, because we want to be able to go after these other projects. Yeah. Here's your slap on the wrist fine. Yeah. And I think in regards to the Swift Go and the Nexus thing, these are they're just updating their messaging platforms, but at the end of the day, you still need a settlement token, which is XRP. So who's to say that they're still not going to use these liquidity tokens like an XRP and XLM, some of these other coins? Because Swift Go is just messaging. Yeah.
Well, what you just said is an insane point right there, that they want to be able to go after the other ones. I saw a crazy comment. I was just scrolling through TikTok, and I saw a video about Jeff Bezos. And on the top comment, the most liked comment there was like, it said, Amazon used the government to regulate out all the other competition. They used it. They regulated out. So they made the regulations so tough that no competition was able to arise for Amazon. And now look what they have. So I was thinking, like, what you just said, it resonates hard, because if Ripple can just get past the regulations and then like kill everything below it, essentially, like, boom, it's just solidified, has clarity, like whatever, they win or they settle. and then the SEC proceeds to somehow wipe out everything below that, just try to evaporate it essentially, and just make it useless through regulations. That well, I do see that as an option.
And I've mentioned, like, after I think that XRP and Ripple will set the standard for how cryptocurrencies should be introduced and created and done. Yeah. And so after they set the standard with XRP and Ripple, then they can turn and the crosshairs point on the biggest projects in the space.
Ethereum?
I still think that they might go after Ethereum. Maybe they won't like kill it, but they'll go after it to save face. Yeah. Because it was the most obvious ICO in the whole crypto space. But they're going to go after the biggest projects because they're going after the money, right? But how many of those are they going to have to go after before, like, a big percentage of the rest of the space just puts up their hands and says, all right, man, we give up. They just close their doors and they say, yeah, like, because they don't have tens of millions of dollars to fight a legal battle like Ripple does. Like, Ripple could afford to pay $100 million in a settlement fee, and they have a team of 23 or like 20 of the best lawyers in the world. They can afford this.
Yeah.
Maybe Ethereum could. Maybe, the top dozen projects could. And maybe some of those projects, they did things properly, but they still are going to be regulated like a security. But yeah, dude, I mean, for me, when you see a guy like Brad, who he has such a great presentation, he's so professional, everything that he says is well calculated. And when he comes out and says that 99% of the crypto space is going to go away, it's like, wait, hold up. Like, how can you be so bold to say that unless you've been talking to the SEC and all of the banks and you understand that, okay, we're going to have central bank digital currencies that all the public uses. And then there's going to be liquidity tokens like XLM, XRP. And then there's going to be ISO 222 projects that are within the regulations and the guidelines. Other than that, like, here's another thing. Quincy, he talked about a lot of utility coins are going to be used, but they're not going to like increase in price. Like, they're just going to have a set value because they're for a specific use case. They're not meant to pump in price. And so I think that that's where we're going to go. Like, that's how 90% of the space dies.
Yeah. I think those are great points. I think this is a new Howie test, right? I made a video I stitched Coach JV, and he was saying that he thinks a new Howie test will come out of this. And I think a whole new law, like, there will be new laws that are going to get slapped onto this. How are you trying to slap an old set of regulations and laws onto this space? You can't. There are things we've never heard of in our life. What the hell is a token? Like, what is a digital asset? There's things we've like, these regulations from the 1995 or whenever they were made, it's too old. You can't slap an old system onto. So I think Ripple is going to define that. And as for the utility token thing, it's like, yeah, the whole price pumping thing in this market is not even supposed to be there necessarily. A lot of these are supposed to just be being used in ecosystems. It's not about price pumping for some of them. But of course, price is important of them,
Well, and that's like what really hit for me is understanding that XRP actually settles and solves a liquidity issue for institutions, banks, and whoever uses it. Where some of these other projects, they don't settle anything, right? Yeah. They're just a faster messaging platform that gets verified by multiple nodes.
Yeah, and if they were settling, they don't have the damn partners. XRP is already chosen, right? If they were doing the same thing, which I don't think there's anything on the market, maybe Telcoin, that's like trying to do this, but
Yeah.
they've been chosen. It's the chosen one. I've called XRP the chosen one a million times. People argue like, oh, they're gonna do all this on Bitcoin, and no, it's been selected already. It's been selected by multiple. Just
So
go
did you
look at
see
it.
the most recent patents? I think there was like 2 that came out.
Yeah. So all Solomon's findings.
Right.
Yeah.
Those blew up, and that was massive.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's them. That's Swift saying that they're going to use a Ripple-like framework and settle with XRP. They did mention Stellar in that patent.
they did or they didn't?
They did.
Oh, yeah.
But Ripple was mentioned more. Stellar was only mentioned like one time, I believe. But yeah, XRP was specifically mentioned. So yeah, dude, I think, and that's how you can tell that the whole lawsuit's staged, because why is Jed McCaleb not involved? Why is Arthur Brito not involved?
Well, Jed McCaleb is a beast, in my opinion, because he avoided Mt. Gox. He didn't get in trouble with Mt. Gox. He left right before, and now he was involved in Ripple. He left right before, or he didn't leave right before, but he left Ripple, and now they're in trouble basically with the SEC. He's left like both of those, so it's interesting how he's moving around. I did see a video from Jeremy Hogan saying that from a lawyer point of view, he thinks that Jed McCaleb is actually like focused heavily on this lawsuit right now, and he's paying perfect attention, and he actually wants a win for them. That's what Jeremy, from a lawyer point of view, he said Jed is probably on the edge of his seat right now with this lawsuit.
Yeah. I think it's funny that you say he's a beast, because that's what I've been saying too. Is like he's the biggest agent in this whole, like one of the biggest agents in this whole space since the very beginning. Yeah. Very fascinating character, and the people that he's tied in with, man,
he's a beast in the strongest sense of beast. Like
he's part of the beast system. Yeah.
Yeah. The beast system, 100%.
He's a little,
He seems distant too. Like I can't. He seems. Brad seems like a friend to me. You know.
Yeah.
But Jed is like, he's like a distant. I don't know. He feels weird.
That's what I always say, and I like some of the people like make fun of me for it, but like I feel like Brad is a good guy, and I feel like a lot of the people that I listen to from Ripple, I feel like they're good people, even though they're tied in.
Yeah,
they're tied in with the biggest, most elite people. I listen to them and I'm like, these guys, they make it sound like they really want a better future, though.
Yeah, like, they don't seem like they're lying. You know, like a lot of these, they're not selling any dream of anything. Like they resonate heavily with me. It feels like I don't know, like they're really, even David Schwartz, for me, it's more than Brad, but when David Schwartz talks, it's like, I mean, I'm in a similar situation with him too. Like we both got banned on PayPal, which led me to be like, okay, we need something like XRP so we can destroy PayPal. David had the same situation. He was permanently banned from PayPal. I just resonate heavily with all of what they're about, the whole team.
Right. David, his ideas that he talks about, man, he's like so far ahead of this whole space, this whole world. Like he's on another planet.
He really.
And that's what led me to go nearly all in on XRP, is because everywhere you look, like look at us here. We've had like an hour-long conversation and we've talked about other things, but like we could talk about XRP for 5 more hours with ease.
Easily, yeah. It goes it ropes into everything. Global ID, it ropes all through it. It's everything, man. And I'm kind of sad I haven't been able to really show my extremely bullish side of it. But like I've been in this since 2017 and have not sold. So it's like if anybody's trying to argue with me on my doubts of XRP, when they say I doubt it, it's because I'm trying to look at it from one other perspective. And it's not because I've been talking to Blockchain Boy too much. It's not the reason, man. Nothing will change me on.
You had too many sleepovers with Blockchain Boy.
Oh, bro. Don't even. He is sus, man. He is sus. He's a different level of sus.
You know, I tell people, I'm just like, Mason needs to make more content. So he's got to have a contrarian point of view once in a while, you know? You got to.
Content is the reason.
Trying to put out 12 videos a day.
I've been slowing up, but yeah, I was on that for sure. But I like to cover I like both sides because I feel like understanding, like even just understanding something means that you have two halves. It's the good and the bad. If you fully understand something, that means you know the good and the bad, and it comes together and it's a whole. So what I do is I take both sides of those. And I do admit things like, okay, Amazon really could make their own thing. And what would happen? I don't say it like it's gonna happen. I say, what would the situation be? Well, what the situation would be if they made their own is that XRP would just take over everything else. Like, we don't need. There's gonna be they're gonna be interoperable anyways. So,
well, I think the last time that I had like doubts about XRP, and it wasn't doubts about Ripple, but it was doubts about XRP, was a while ago. But it was when I didn't quite understand like why they would use XRP, right? Because it's the cliche argument that everyone says.
Yep.
Well, they could just use Ripple's technology. They could just use XCurrent, XVIA. And all the different offerings, the different product offerings that they have. But then I started to understand, okay, yes, you can, but it's going to save all these institutions a shit ton of money to use XRP versus whatever else they're settling with. And then at the end of the day, you still have to exchange the value. You still have to settle. And so once you understand that, it's like BitBoy Crypto is saying now that all of the partnerships are what's key, because all it takes is a flip of the switch to start settling with XRP. Like once you're already using their technology suite, then it's just a matter of flipping the switch and, okay, we're settling with XRP now. And we've seen use cases like MoneyGram was a test, in my opinion, where they were saving so much money, and they were saving money, and that goes right to their bottom line when they're using XRP. So that was like the last time that I had like my doubts about that. But then I started to really understand, you know, okay, the on-demand liquidity, the benefit of it is XRP. Is settling in 3 seconds at nearly no cost. And so,
and don't forget that Ripple is a centralized company investing in a decentralized cryptocurrency, which is XRP. It's not like they forgot about it. Like, they're invested on it. They hold it. So if it goes up, they do well. Like it does. XRP's success kind of does determine the success of Ripple because they're so linked. I know they tried to break the link. Like, I was here in 2017 when they had the Ripple logo as it was called Ripple on the market.
Yeah.
Like, right now it's just XRP and the ticker is XRP and the logo is changed. So when I came back from my hiatus in like 2019, I was like basically gone all of 2018, just kind of paying attention to nothing, Bitcoin basically, because it was a dead market. It was the bear market. And when I came back, I'm like, what is this new logo? And where did Ripple go? So I know they've tried to destroy that link, but you can never forget that Ripple is the centralized company, right? XRP is a decentralized cryptocurrency. It's more operationally decentralized than Bitcoin, than Bitcoin.
They've said that XRP is the heartbeat of Ripple. I don't know if that was Brad or who said that.
I've heard that, yeah.
They want to distinguish because people are so confused. But at the same time, they are like one in it. Like the success of Ripple will be based off of what XRP. Okay, well, I will say this: Ripple could be successful without XRP, but think about what's at stake for them. Like, do you want to have a little bit of success, or do you want to dominate world global finance?
Yeah.
Right. Like, that's what's at stake here.
Yeah.
Is you know, not just like Brad and the team getting rich, but I mean, like they say with David Schwartz, the $1 trillion man. Like, this is about trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
Who's holding more? Someone asked, who's holding more XRP?
I wonder. You probably are, because I've got like, how many coins? I got like 18 coins that I'm holding. I wish I could go fully into it, but
that's a good answer. I was just gonna stay silent because, yeah, that's exactly what I would say, is that you probably got more too. That's how you know someone has a shit ton of XRP is because they say that answer. They're like, you probably got more, man. I mean, I got some other shit coins.
The whole balance talk is so scary to me because,
dude, did you see the guy who posted that he had 600,000 XRP on TikTok? Did you see that?
I didn't.
I got tagged in it, but like this dude, he posted like this TikTok and showed his like Coinbase balance, and he had 600,000 XRP. And I just commented, I was like, dude, you need to take this down like right away.
Or hopefully it's fake or something. Like you just edit it, hopefully.
Yeah.
But damn, yeah. Don't be, everyone watching, you probably know already, but don't be spewing your balances out. It's also about like ego control, because when you actually do get this wealth, you're going to have to be able to control it. You know, it's like all the lottery winners, they win like 50 million and it's gone the next year because their life is in shambles now. So you need to prepare like you're there already, and, you know, warn your family that this could be coming, and you're good. That's like, you have a backup. I told you so. It's an I told you so moment.
Well, and people come on so much and they're like, is 10,000 XRP enough? Is 5,000 XRP enough? And it's like, depending on what, like, you got to be able to hold. For one, you got to know what you hold, because 2,000 XRP could be life-changing if you hold it until it hits a much higher price. But like I said, 90% of people are going to sell most of their bag when it hits $10, $20, and $30. And okay, so I made a video recently about exit strategy, and I was talking about this. And the thing where it makes me uncomfortable selling XRP before we hit a price target of like $50 or $100 is I feel like before we get to those price points, we're not even utilizing XRP to like a tenth of its potential, right? Like, we're not actually using the infrastructure that's being built by Ripple. And we don't have like for example, Swift does a $5 trillion daily volume. And if we just replace Swift, or if all of Swift was settled on XRP, that would take XRP to a 3-digit price point alone.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I get uncomfortable getting rid of my bag before utility has even really kicked in, because we hear of these partnerships, you know, Tranglo, the Philippines, and all these corridors are opening up, Japan. But like, I want to see like trillions moving through this thing before I do anything with my XRP.
Yeah, but at least we have a gauge, right? Like, you'll know when, like, we know like the ceiling, or we know like the potential of it. So you can kind of gauge like, okay, now trillions are flowing through it. You'll kind of be like, okay, what else are we going to take over? Right. Like you'll know when to sell. And I'm wondering how the price action will actually be, because I know they want a non-volatile asset, right? Like, one of the problems, if anybody knows, in 2016, there was actually 12 banks that tested XRP. They actually used it. And this is
Bank
the
of
one.
England was one of them.
Yeah. And the only thing that came out on the other side, they're like, okay, it works beautifully. This is a direct quote. Go look up the Ripple interview if anybody's trying to argue. They say it works beautifully, but my regulator will never let me use this, and it's too volatile. So it was regulations, which is regulatory clarity, and volatility. So how do you fix volatility? Just have constant same volume coming through it. You know, like we don't need, like, keep it stable at a top, like a huge price point. And the reason it's at a huge price point is because of the supply. There's a max supply. It's not like Ethereum where it's infinite, or Doge, right? There is a max.
Well, and a lot of people suggest that there's going to be almost an agreed upon price.
Yeah.
Like an agreed upon price. And David Schwartz has alluded to the fact that it has to be at a much higher price to function, right? And he's also said that it will stabilize once it reaches a much higher price. So yeah, no, I get that. But here's the other thing. It still is less volatile than any of the existing infrastructure because the settlement takes place in 3 seconds. So even though there could be a massive swing of 10%, 50% within an hour, you would still settle in 3 seconds.
Exactly. Yep.
So the problem is solved even at lower prices. But the issue is you can't move the volumes that need to be moved. Like, people don't realize that the global derivatives market is over a $1 quadrillion market. I wanted to ask you that. So I think that cross-border payments was a test for XRP and Ripple. And I think that it's going to be used to settle a good chunk of the derivatives market. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's the whole 10,000 thing, right? The whole article with the $10,000 price point is that it was built to be 10,000, right? And it was all the money. That's the whole thing. They always show you the website with showing the stock market, and then it gets down to the derivatives. It's like the visual of all the world's money. It was almost like a circle of developers sat there and we're like, okay, we need to build this thing so that it can handle that entire derivatives, all the money. That's what they sat down.
Everything's pumping right now.
Is it really?
Well, I don't know. I guess some of it's not like pumping, but stuff's back in the green.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Bitcoin's almost at 50,300.
My portfolio is looking real nice. Wow. What is doing that? Iota's going a little bit. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So that's my problem, dude, is like, I want to load up on a fat bag of hbar, Iota, XLM out. Like, I'm out of all of these right now because I traded them.
Yeah.
So I don't have a fat bag of any of these. And I'm not like, I don't have like the FOMO like I do for XRP. Like XRP, once it goes back up like to $1, I'm like, oh shit, like I can't load up now. Yeah. And then I have like this real like FOMO with it. Where these other ones, I'm like, wow, like I could still pick up a fat bag of hbar Stellar, but like if I miss the boat on it, it'll be fine. But like that's where I'm sitting at right now is I'm just like waiting to buy in on some of these other ones like fat. Yeah. I have a good holding of XDC right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I've got a nice. I'm very satisfied with my XDC because I got it at 1 cent, so load it up.
Diversify like you guys do. Like how many cryptos do you own right now?
I could count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 18. Yeah, 18. But here's the thing. The plan with those 18 is to swing most of the profits into the big boys. That's the plan. I basically only care about Quant, XDC, XRP, and hbar. I classify those as the elite 4. That's really, it's almost emotional attachments to those at this point, which is bad, but in terms of investing.
I want to say like someone just said like not taking questions, just talking. I'm trying to answer. We'll try to answer some questions, but it's tough when we both have a lot of people in here. But yeah, let's answer some questions too, I guess, that people got.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I think when you do the math, if we were just to get 10% of the derivatives market, we're in a whole different world, right? So it's like when you line up those possibilities, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I think we're sitting pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, let's definitely take some questions and then I'll hop off here, man. But
yeah.
Somebody said, which ones are you emotionally attached to? I just said them. Quant, XDC, XRP, and HBAR are the only ones I have slivers of emotion for.
What's someone asked price prediction for XDC.
Well, it's shattered all of mine, sitting almost at 20 cents. And you can imagine how I feel getting in at 1 cent and seeing it shatter all of those. So I
didn't want you to say that. Hurt my feelings that you got in at 1 cent.
All I want to do is see $1, man. Like some of these coins, it's just the pipe dream is always $1. It's like VeChain, get to $1. Like, come on.
Do you think that that's a problem though in this space? Is like everyone's trying to buy coins under 10 cents and under 5 cents, and then the pipe dream, like you said, is if we just get to $1, and people are so wrapped up in that. It's like Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Right? Like it went on a run, but it didn't make it to $1, and then people are stuck holding the bag when they could have cashed out at 50 cents and been fined.
Yeah. It's that's definitely a problem in this space. Cheap doesn't mean like a cheap coin doesn't mean bigger gains necessarily. Small market cap can mean bigger gains, but price is basically an illusion. Like that's why quant, it's okay to buy quant at these high prices.
What's your thoughts on Algorand?
Algorand is great. I would take.
Not Algorand, Elrond. Sorry.
Oh, Elrond. I sold completely out of Elrond earlier this year. They had 100 days of hyper growth, and the coin didn't freaking move. So I had to get up out of there. Too slow. I swung the profits. I think I was in profit, maybe about like 30% only. So I swung those into some of the other coins.
Someone asked, why has HBAR not moved? I was thinking that too. Like, it's just been doing its own thing, which always makes me more interested when a coin's not moving with the rest of the space.
Absolutely. That's the thing, though. It has moved. I got in HBAR at 3 cents, and now it hit 40 cents. So it has done some movement. You also got to remember, HBAR is so new that it's never been in a bull run in its life. This was HBAR's first bull run because it's so new. It came out in I think it was 2019, maybe. I think it was 2019. So it never has experienced a bull run. So we can't predict what's going to happen with it. But it has been slow, though.
I have a question. When you're looking at like a coin, are you looking at like for like a price target, or are you just looking at like for like a percentage gain? Are you like, I want to try to make like 100-200% on this coin and then I'll be out? Or do you like because like with XRP, we all talk about like our price points. I'm like, oh, we're going to run this market and we're going to hit 10,000. But like on these other ones, it's like, it's so much tougher to do that. I feel like, right? Because like it's tough to tell like, okay, for like VET, how big is the logistics and distribution system market? And how much could VET actually get? It's much harder to calculate versus like, we know how big the global derivatives market is. We know how big cross-border payments is. We know what Nostro Vostro is. But like, for you personally, like, what do you do there?
Well, some of them actually have the same thing as XRP. For example, Zinfin is for global trade and finance. So you can look at how big the global trade and finance industry is, that's around 17 trillion, I believe. And then I estimate, like, okay, let's say they take over 10% of that or whatever. Just 1 trillion of that, man. That's all you need. And this thing will be blown out of the water. But yeah, you make a good point that it's easy to see for XRP what it could take over. But what I'm looking for is just what fits with, I don't even think about the money really. It's just what fits with the new world. What fits with the new world? That's what I look for. Anything with like global ID, AI. I'm in vector space AI, which is a very small cap. Anyone listening, be careful with that. I'm in like hbar, which I think is Hashgraph blows everything out of the water. So the tech there is what intrigued me. I look at stuff that fits in, like the ISO thing. It has a whole network of coins, right? So I pick up all those. Whatever fits in with the new world is what I'm looking at. And then it's just a long game. I have 5 years, man. I even have 10 if I wanted to because of my age. Because some people want this so fast, right? But I have 0 to 10 years. I really have that. So with my philosophy, my investing philosophy, it's more of a long game. I'm not even really focused on like I'm going to make 200% or whatever. I just want a nice entry point. The key in this market is just enter, hold, coin goes up, sell whenever you want. That's the key. Do nothing is the key, essentially.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, some of these projects, people ask, like, are they going to have a bear market? And I'm just like, well, once you have utility flowing, like you set a low where it's a new higher high, right? In like the trading range. But it's like,
dude, the banking system doesn't care about a bear or bull market. If the banking system is going to get revolutionized, it does not care if crypto's in a bear or bull market. That's what I would say to that.
Right. And it's just a matter of finding out what coins are actually being utilized. Like, I didn't know if you know this, but I'm pretty sure it's the Marshall Islands that built their CBDC on Algorand. And really? They set it at a fixed 4% inflation rate. And so I thought that was like really fascinating to see because that's, a small little territory or country or whatever it is. But to see Algorand actually get like a real CBDC built on it, a 4% fixed inflation rate, just like that model, that proof of concept, super fascinating to see.
Yeah, that is very interesting. I'll look into that. But I'm a hop off, man. I'm gonna upload this on YouTube, so I'll tag you. I'll put your links in the description and everything. Everyone go follow Zach in here. We got 263. Everybody follow him. If you want to get in your bullish XRP.
I need to get my YouTube going.
Yeah, I'll link your TikTok or whatever I find on your profile. But yeah,
sounds good.
Appreciate the live, man.
Yeah, good discussion as always. Appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, peace out, bro.
Take care.
That was Mr. Zach. Man. Always a great convo. We've had one live before. Yeah, I love getting my bullish XRP bag right there. Holy shit. Shit gets me hyped up. Y'all were so quiet, just listening. No, the comments weren't even going. Even when Zach said you should ask questions, I'm like, damn. Your chat just got quiet. Just sucking in the knowledge. Yeah, but I'm about to... You bought a Dolly Parton NFT. Wow. Nice, Dolly Parton. Nice. Yeah, great question. I love how he is actually enlightened to the frickin' XRP, unlike some of these people. Can't even have a real convo. Man, nobody's willing to go the depth. I'm just willing to go there. I want to talk about the New World Order. I want to talk about blockchain as a slave system. I want to talk about how XRP is probably part of the New World Order. I want to talk about the government coins. I want to talk about that. And I will, and they're not going to stop me either. Ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna call out the New World Order in every single live stream. And fuck the Illuminati. Because I know what it really is. Clip that. Clip that. I put it all over. Fuck the Illuminati. I'm here to destroy you. I'm here to destroy them. But yeah. It's a good way to end off the live stream. Yeah, but I like to offer, like, you see how he's very bullish. He's like a pure XRP maxi. So I like to come in with the real perspective, or the other side of, like, I do accept the bad with the good for XRP. There is bad about XRP. There is bad. But I'm gonna hop off here. I appreciate all of you. Love you all. Stay tuned for daily market updates. Don't get banned here. Screw the New World Order. Yeah, but peace out, folks. Appreciate you all. And goodbye.